Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Tammy Hooper, and I am a real estate agent in North Carolina, and I'm also a real estate agent in South Carolina. And today I want to talk with you about how to choose a real estate agent. So, if you've seen my video series on how to own your dream home, then you know that one of the first things that I recommend that you do when you're thinking about purchasing a home is that you make a decision about who you are going to use as your real estate agent. The reason why it's very important that you choose your real estate agent as like the first thing that you do, regardless of whether you're buying a home, selling a home, leasing a piece of property, whatever it is that you're planning to do when it comes to real estate, you want to get your real estate agent early in the game because your real estate agent is going to be able to help you with every step that you need to get through along the way. So get them in the game early. As soon as the thought enters your mind, get them in the game so that they can help you with making some good decisions or give you some options and kind of lead you through everything you need to go through because you want to have a professional on your side when you're making one of the biggest decisions that most people make in their lifetime, and that is when you're investing in real estate. So get your real estate early. So here's some of the things that I want you to think about when choosing a real estate. So the first thing you need to think about is, who do I already know that's a real estate agent? Chances are you probably already know someone. Guaranteed you might know 10 people who are real estate agents. So go through the list of people that you know and think about, okay, who's a real estate agent? Make a list. Because it's my belief that working with someone that you already know can be better than choosing someone that you don't know. Just picking up the phone and calling someone that you might have found on the web, or you got a card in the mail from a real estate agent who you don't know anything about, and you call them and say, hey, I'd like for you to help me, or can you come and talk with me? I want to see if I'd like to work with you. It's way better to choose somebody that you already know something about. So you may already know a little bit about their work ethic. You may know them well enough to know them on a personal level, so you know if your personalities are going to work well together. You may already know kind of what business they're in, what kind of real estate do they do, and are they going to be able to help you. You may already have a good enough relationship with them where you really trust them, because it's good to have some trust with the person that's going to be helping you with one of the largest decisions that you'll make in most cases in your lifetime. So there are some pluses to working with someone who you know. Now, there can also be some negatives, and I'm going to walk you through how to make sure that you avoid those things as you're going through the process. So think about who you know that's already a real estate agent. That's step number one. Okay, and then think about, on that list, who do you trust? Okay, so if some of these people that you might have on your list, maybe they're just friends with you on Facebook and you really don't know them that well, then and you want to take them off the list. Narrow it down to, okay, who do you trust to be your real estate agent? Who do you trust as a professional to give you professional advice? Who do you know well enough to know that they truly are an expert in their field? Or they just have whatever qualities that it is that you're looking for. So you can narrow that list down based on what you're looking for in a real estate agent. You can think about, how well do I know them? Do I know enough about this person to feel like I want to engage with them in a conversation about them potentially maybe helping them with my real estate needs? The other thing that you can think about is, do you want to do business with them? So is this a person who you feel like you can have a good professional relationship with, and when it's all said and done, you feel like you know enough about them where you feel like you can work with them and everything will go well, and at the end you still have your personal relationship in place? So be thinking about that. Is it someone you want to do business with? Or is it kind of risky doing business with this person? Do I feel like for one reason or another, there are a lot of reasons why you would not want to do business with someone that you know, depending on who that person is and what you know about them. So be thinking about, how risky is this going to be? And could it potentially create a problem in the current relationship that we have? So be thinking about that. And then one of the other things you need to think about is, are they going to have time for me? So is this a real estate agent who is extremely busy and you're going to want some, very detailed service? You want a very detailed level of service. You're going to want a lot of time from them. And are they going to be able to do that? So these are some things that you can talk with them about, and I'll kind of give you a list of that here in just a few minutes about what you want to talk with them about once you've kind of narrowed your list down to maybe one or two agents that you'd like to have a conversation with to let them know, hey, I'm in the business or I'm in the market to do something with real estate, and I'm thinking I might be interested in having you help me with that. So also be thinking about your personal relationship that you may have with them. Um, so lots of things to be thinking about, but starting with someone you know is a good place to start. Now, I will say that it's very important that you have a conversation with whoever it is that you're thinking that you might want to use as a real estate agent, and set some expectations about kind of what you're thinking you want to get out of your experience with them as your real estate agent. And that way, there's no misunderstandings at the end. That'll give your choice as your real estate professional, an opportunity to let you know, okay, I will be able to do these things for you, or no, I don't offer those types of services. Because even if they're your friend and you feel like you know them, there may be some things that you don't know, or there may be some things that your friend real estate agent doesn't know about you that you assume they know. So it's best have that conversation up front, set some professional expectations so that you do have a smooth transaction and you don't run into potential problems, or you can try to avoid as many potential problems as you possibly can from the beginning by having that conversation. Now, another conversation that you need to think about having with people who you know who are real estate agents is if you have decided not to choose them as your real estate agent. So I know it can be a tricky situation when you know someone who's a real estate agent and you may not necessarily want to use them as your agent. And there's many different reasons why you may know someone that you don't want to use. It could be someone who is a family member and you are afraid that if they know too much about your personal financial situation, that it could cause a problem in your personal relationship. It may be someone who is a friend who is very opinionated, and you're friends with them, but you don't necessarily trust that they are going to be able to be subjective when talking with you about properties and the types of properties that you might want to be looking at. Now, in most cases, most real estate agents are very professional and they are very capable of separating the personal from the professional. And they're able to have a very professional relationship with you and be very respectful of you and your wishes and what it is that you want, especially if you lay that all out in the beginning and you have a great conversation to set the tone for what your professional relationship will be like. But there are a number of different reasons why you may have a friend who you trust and you love, but you do not want them to be your real estate agent. It is very important, if that is the case, that you have a conversation with your friend about why you are not choosing them as your real estate agent. Because I will tell you, if I had a personal friend or family member who was going to do something real estate related and they did not have a conversation with me before they did it, so before they put their house on the market to sell or before they went and purchased a home, my feelings would be hurt, and I would want to know why they didn't choose me. And it would make me feel a lot better if they came to me in advance. I could be a lot more respectful of our relationship as friends if they came to me in advance and they did show me that respect and say, I am going to be doing this, but I'm not choosing you as my real estate agent, and here is why. Sometimes they might have a misconception that gives your real estate friend an opportunity to say to you, but wait, I do sell commercial. I know you thought I didn't, but I do, and I've been doing it for 4 years now. So it may help you clear up some misunderstandings. Or they may say, you know what, I think you're exactly right. I just don't think that, I'm going to be able to help you with this because I don't do that. Or I don't help clients with rental properties. Or they may say, you know what, I value our friendship so much that I know what it is that you're looking for, and I just don't think that I'm going to be able to help you with that. So you just never know, but it's always better to let your friends know in advance if you're not going to choose them. It will help you keep your friendships intact um, along the way. So very important that you have that conversation in advance. Also, it's very important to get them involved because you may be able to say to them, I don't want you to be my real estate agent, or I can't choose you as my real estate agent for this reason. However, I do value your opinion and I do value your expertise, and I want you to help me choose a real estate agent. I want you to refer me to someone who can help me with this, because if I don't do commercial real estate, I don't sell commercial real estate, and I have a friend who is wanting to purchase commercial, and I am not interested in getting involved in that part of the business, then I may know someone who does do commercial real estate, who I trust, who I know will do a great job with my friend, and I can say to them, I know someone, let me refer you, and then I can collect a referral commission from that agent that I refer you to. So I will still get to be involved. I will still be able to earn a small commission for helping you in the process. If that's something that's allowed in my state, it is allowed in the state of South Carolina and in the state of North Carolina right now. So you don't want to sell your friends short and maybe they miss out on an opportunity to refer you to someone and still earn a commission and still be a part of the process. So you may not be aware that that's a possibility for them. So very important that you have that conversation with them regardless of whether you're going to use them as your real estate agent. Now, here's a couple of places where you can go to kind of build your list of who do I know. It's a real estate agent. Like you may immediately go, my sister's a real estate agent. I know that. That's who's going to help me. You may go, you know what? I can think off the top of my head 5 people I know who are real estate agents. What I recommend that you do is that you go out and you check your social media and look at who you're friends with who are real estate agents. Make a list of who those people are. Go through your phone contact list and make a list of anybody that's a real estate agent. Think about who you work with, because you may know things about people that you work with or you have work relationships. A wife or a husband of one of your coworkers may be a real estate agent in that case. Or think about maybe your church. There might be someone that you have gotten to know at your church in one capacity or another who is a real estate agent. So there's lots of places where you potentially may know someone who is a real estate agent, but what you don't want to do is think, I don't know anybody who's a real estate agent, but you actually do, and you've just forgotten because you know so many people. So those are a couple of places where you might have personal contact information where you can find people who are real estate agents and use that to build your list to help you kind of narrow down from that list of people who you know that potentially would be able to help you. So what I want to do now is I want to talk with you about some of the things that you can use to narrow down that list. Say you have 5 or 10 people on that list who are real estate agents that will help you. So first and foremost, you want to know what areas of the business do these people work in. You may be able to find that on their Facebook page, their business page. You may already know this information. You can contact them and ask them. You may just have 3 people that you know well and you know you trust them, and you're going to narrow down from these 3 who you're going to choose. So you may want to sit down and have a conversation with them, an interview, I guess you could say, and ask them some of these questions that I'm going to go through with you. So what area of the business do they work in? Do they work in new construction? Okay, I want to stop here for just a second and say, if you are going to buy a home that is new construction, please, please, please do not just show up at this new home community and have the real estate agent or the salesperson there at the new home community show you homes, show you floor plans, help you pick out a home, and never ever involve a real estate agent who is working and representing you, because it's very important for you to know that in the state of South Carolina and in the state of North Carolina, in most cases, those real estate agents represent the builder or whoever owns those properties. They work for them. They represent them. So it's very important that you have your own real estate agent who strictly represents you and works for you. So before you go get involved in those conversations, make sure you've chosen your real estate agent and you have a real estate agent who can do some research for you about the new home communities, take you to go visit those new home communities and be present with you and help you make some decisions about what you're going to do when it comes to new construction. If you do it on your own, then sometimes you start that process with the salesperson at the new home community, and it is very difficult based on the new home community's rules to bring in a real estate agent after the fact. It can be without you having to pay your real estate agent out of pocket. So it's very important that you get your real estate agent involved early if you're going to do new construction. So find you someone who does new construction or has experience with that. If you're going to be purchasing commercial, does the agent that you are thinking about, who do you have on your list that can do commercial real estate? Are you wanting to lease a commercial property? Who do you know that can help with leasing commercial property? Maybe you don't want to buy. Maybe you want to rent. Maybe you're looking to rent a home. Do you know a real estate agent who can help you with that? Yes, real estate agents, some do, will help you with finding a rental property. And in many cases, they can collect a commission from the landlord or property management company who is managing that rental property. And it's called a referral fee in some cases. So there is opportunity there for your real estate friends, even if you're just going to be in a rental market, and even some apartment complexes will give your real estate agent a referral fee if they refer you to their apartment complex. So a real estate agent can help you even if you're renting. Some real estate agents don't do that part of the business. So depending on what it is that you're doing, find out what type of business do they do, and that'll help you narrow your list down. Also, think about what areas they work in. So, like, I'm licensed in North Carolina and South Carolina, but I don't work the entire state of South Carolina and I don't work the entire state of North Carolina. So, in South Carolina, I work the upstate. So, I work Greenville, Greer, Taylors, Simpsonville, Fountain Inn. I work those areas. In North Carolina, I work Mecklenburg County. I also work Cabarrus County, and sometimes I work Rowan County, the counties surrounding Cabarrus County. And then I also work around Asheville, Waynesville, North Carolina, because those are very close to where I live in South Carolina, so I can work those markets. And I'm very familiar with those markets. I've lived in those markets, so I can help clients in those particular areas. So you want to make sure whoever you choose that they do work and service whatever area you're wanting to do your real estate business in. And then also you want to think about what level of service will this real estate agent be able to deliver to you based on what it is that you're expecting. So it depends on what you're wanting to do. Are you wanting to purchase a home that's in a certain price range where there's not a whole lot of properties available, and when there is a piece of property that comes available in that price range, you have to go look at it that day, because if you don't go look at it that day, it's going to be gone and then you're never going to find anything. So you need a real estate agent who is going to be able to do that for you, because not all real estate agents can show up and go show a piece of property at a drop of a hat. Not all real estate agents want to be able to do that. So if you don't know this about them, this is a question you need to ask. What level of service are you going to be able to deliver for me? What are you going to be doing for me as my real estate agent? And then have that conversation with them about what it is that you're going to expect for them to be doing for you, depending on what it is. Do they have time for you? So some real estate agents are so busy and they may say to you, I really appreciate you thinking of me, but I'm going to be kind of taking a sabbatical from my work for the next 3 months because I'm going on a mission trip, or I am getting ready to have a baby, or, some of those dads out there are saying, hey, it's football season and I've decided to cut back a little bit on my work because I'm coaching my son's football team and I'm just not taking any new clients right now. I'm getting ready to have a surgery and I can't take any new clients right now. So you want to find out, are they going to have time for you? So that's a good question that you can ask. And then a very important question that you want to ask your friend or the person who you know could potentially be your real estate agent is, how do you get paid? So that you understand, are you paying them? Are they going to take their payment out of the transaction? Are they expecting to work just for whatever the seller potentially might be willing to pay them? Or is there a situation where you may have to pay them some and the seller will pay them some? So it's important that you ask that question about how are they expecting to get paid, to make sure that you're both on the same page. Now, you can ask these questions in an interview, or you may already know the answers to these questions based on how well you know this person. So these are some things you want to ask them. Now, there's some other things that you want to find out that I'm going to talk about in another video. That's going to be talking about, well, what do you do if you don't know anyone? If you literally go through all of your personal lists and you don't have a single person on that list that you can think of that's a real estate agent, how do you find someone? That's going to be my next video. And in that video, I'm going to talk to you about, here's some things you need to be asking if you're having conversations with realtors that you know nothing about. And so you may hear some questions in that list that you may also say, I think I need to ask this of my friend or my family member who's a real estate agent as well, to make sure that I have a good, clear understanding. So I hope that information helps you with how to start the process of choosing a real estate agent. Again, start with someone you know.